Okay, how to be more creative in seconds.
Let's find out if you're a creative thinker. You have a few seconds to figure out the number of the space occupied by the car.
What?
If we turn the image around, then you can see the car is in space number 87. Don't worry if you didn't solve it, because there's a quick and easy way to being more creative. A few years ago, psychologist Jens Forster created pictures that suggested either conformity or non-conformity. He then put the pictures on the wall of his lab and had people carry out various creativity tests. Even though people didn't consciously notice the images, those sitting in front of the non-conformity pictures were more creative. So if you want to become a more lateral thinker, just download the image using the link below this video and place the picture on your wall.
I'm sorry. You're telling me if I put a picture of arrows up, I'll be a more creative person. What does this image look like? Arrows pointing up and one pointing the opposite way. Let me move my mic. There's the picture. What am I gonna do with this picture? I'm gonna do this. Okay. Now, I should be more creative, right? Because I have this little thing on... This is stupid. Second. There we go. There we go. And that's gonna help me be more creative. Ooh, 10 hacks to being creative.
Actors, artists, rock stars, and writers have the ability to touch us on not only a personal scale, but a global scale as well. We see these people on TV and on our bookshelves, in the movie theaters and in the grocery stores. But what makes them so special? Creativity. Creative people rule the world,
Oh, whoops.
whether it's being media icons or designing the sleek new products we see and use every day. We love creative people, and we want to know all their secrets. If you want to produce music like Kanye or paint like Picasso, here are 10 psychological tips from creative people. 1. Integrate art. Creative people are very vocal about the importance of exposing oneself to art. By integrating art into your life, your brain starts to reflect on it. This trains you to look for meaning, messages, metaphor, and other important information everywhere. Another benefit to looking at art is that you gain inspiration for your own art. Although watching music videos might not seem beneficial, it can give you the many ideas to work from. 2.
Okay. Integrate art. Let's do a quick segment on that. I did it. It's a guy. It's a guy sleeping. I don't know. I'll put it in the corner of the thumbnail. Let's cut away now.
Ask questions. Creative people ask a lot of questions. What ifs and whys create a climate of curiosity. It's through this curiosity that creative people are able to make connections, gather information, and develop opinions. Go ahead, ask more questions, and watch the creative ideas flow.
Ask questions. Okay. How is this? Am I holding this the right way? How is this gonna make me more creative? All I can ask are questions that I don't have the answers to and might not ever have the answers to. Sorry, that question got me on a spiel. Let's go back to the video.
3. Work with your productivity. Most people get stuck in a routine, but is this the routine that's most effective for you? Creative people know when they're most productive and they work with it, not against themselves. By embracing the schedules their bodies want to follow, they're able to increase their productivity. You might even find you'll get more leisure time out of it too. Did you know that how you get your energy can also affect your creativity? Check out this video to find out. 8. Embrace risk. Risk is the driving force of a creative person, and it gets great results. Often, people who risk a lot fail a lot too. However, the more desensitized a person gets to failing, the more they're willing to risk. This gives them the courage to explore their ideas and express the things they want to say. Creative people learned this long ago and embraced the risk equals reward scale.
I've done a lot of things. Like, I dressed up for school. I dressed up like a maid one time. Dressed up like Jesus Christ. I dressed up like, well, James Dean, but nobody got that. So I dressed up like Jesse Pinkman. Oh, yeah, I remember. When I graduated from middle school to high school, I dressed up like a graduate. I could probably, no, I was gonna say I can probably find the footage. There's no way I'm finding that.
Leo Peterson.
Thank you.
I made them laugh the entire time. That's awesome.
And will Emerald please rise?
Okay, and then that's the last group. Okay. But I know how to take risks. Okay? I'm a risk taker. Anyway, back to the video. It's the next day now. So you know how I said in my last video how my power and internet was turned off? Well, that happened again while filming this video. So it is the next day and the sun was shining right in my eyes, but because I'm a more creative person, I actually came up with a foolproof solution. Alright, anyway, back to the video.
Because you're not on task doesn't mean your brain is inactive. By daydreaming, you're engaging different parts of your consciousness, while letting your subconscious deal with the real problems. Daydreaming is also a great way to come up with creative ideas and situations that you might not otherwise give yourself permission to think about. It's like going on an adventure, but in your mind. 10. Create. When you get right down to it, creative people create. They create experimental work, successful work, and a lot of failed work. But they keep going. They know that the only way to go farther in their work is to create more of that work. And that's a lesson we all can learn. The more we do, the farther we'll go. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next research scientist making big breakthroughs and saving lives. So what are you waiting for? Take the risk.
That last part, create more, to improve more, to be better. That's like my whole channel. That's the point of my whole channel. My whole channel is all about, like, watching myself improve. And that's what that is. So, I think the takeaway here is, if I try my best to keep creating content, then it will get better and better and better and better. And I guess that's the takeaway. Also, I keep looking up here, over there. I'm getting used to it, working on it.
I'd like you to clasp your hands together and keep them in that position for a moment. Some researchers see the brain as having two general modes. In one mode, often called right-brained, it's more intuitive, visual, and creative. In the other, often called left-brained, it's more logical, sequential, and analytical. All of us work in both modes, but naturally tend towards one or the other. According to the theory, if your right thumb is on top of your left thumb, then you tend to be a so-called left-brainer, and so more likely to be verbal and analytical. If your left thumb is on top of your right thumb, then you tend to be a so-called right-brainer, and more likely to excel in visual, creative, and intuitive tasks. So if you want to gain a fun insight into somebody, maybe you should ask them to put their hands together.
Really? It's
all of us. If your right thumb is on top of your left thumb, then
right thumb on left thumb. I am a more analytical thinker. That's cool. Try that out.
you tend to be a so-called left-brainer, and so more likely to be verbal and analytical. If your left thumb is on top of...
Isn't it just like about positioning though? Whichever one feels more natural to you. Okay. That's cool. We have a little bit more time. I'll do one more.
Some psychologists think that the relative length of your fingers indicates certain personality traits. It's a controversial idea, but let's put it to the test. Straighten out the fingers on your right hand and look at the base of your first finger. There'll be several creases there. Look at the distance between the middle of the bottom crease and the end of your finger. Now do the same for your third finger. If your first finger is shorter than your third finger, then some research suggests that you'll be physically stronger, more assertive, and more of a risk taker. If your first finger is longer than your third finger, then you're more likely to be empathic and caring. And so next time you want to gain a quick and easy insight into someone's personality, just look at their hand.
That is interesting. My first finger is longer than my third finger. Anyway, is that it? Is that where I'm gonna end the video? Nope. One more. One final more.
Communications expert Jeff Hancock of Cornell University asked people to spend a week making a note of all of their significant face-to-face interactions, texts, emails, and telephone chats. He then asked them to work through the lists, indicating when they'd told a lie. People lied in 14% of emails, 21% of texts, 27% of face-to-face conversations, and in 37% of telephone calls. According to Hancock, people are reluctant to lie in an email because their words are recorded and could come back to haunt them. So next time you think someone might be lying to you, say those magic words. Can you just email me about that?
Anyway, I think that'll cover it. So if you want to be more creative, then try doing new things or doing the same thing and improving on it where you can. Get inspiration and then just make stuff. That's the best way to be creative. Create stuff. But anyway, I think that's all I got. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. And remember, if you're trying to figure out how to be more creative, all you need are some arrows pointing in the wrong direction. So, thank you.